Testing 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Hello everybody. We're going to be doing the Backyard Football Online League East Division Championship. Just getting it set up now. This is between Ferb Fletcher of the Buffalo Bills and P. Sanchez of the Little Monsters. Let's see. I think I've got some audio going. Ooh, here we go. Almost there. I think everything's going okay here. We'll try to pop it out. All right, that's some good sounds. All right, we're looking good here. Got the menu. If anyone wants to spectate or send the spectator message out, that would be helpful. I don't know if I can do that. Oh, maybe from my phone.
Who is it? Hi. Sure, I'll play.
So we're going to be viewing Ferb Fletcher's point of view, and they are the Buffalo Bills. And they're going to be picking out their pre-assigned teams. So you'll be able to see all the players on their team coming up. I could list them, or you can read them on the right side, but this will just be a nice little introduction to some of the players on these teams. All right, so for P. Sanchez and the Little Monsters, they have Jerry Rice, Brett Favre, Gretchen Hasselhoff, Ernie Steele, Sidney Weber, and Mikey Thomas. And for Ferb Fletcher, they have the Buffalo Bills. We'll
Welcome
have
back
Pete
to
Wheeler,
football
Steve
fever,
Young,
all you crazy
Ricky
fans.
Johnson,
It's time to throw around the old pigskin with all your
Kenny
favorite football
Kawaguchi,
players.
Ashley Weber.
Live
So this is a
from the
Weber
country
versus
that
Weber
only knows
matchup,
the
and Kimmy
little
Ekman.
monsters will take
Um,
on the Buffalo Bills.
Probably not going to see the
Let's
Webers
face it,
play too
a
much,
lot
to
of
be
exciting
completely honest. They're
action.
both
Thank
not
you,
too
Sonny.
useful.
There's nowhere I'd rather be. You know, out of all the seasons of the year,
Um,
this one
for
is
P.
my
Sanchez, you
favorite
can
to
be
watch.
looking at Jerry
All the weather,
Rice and Ernie
weather,
Steele catching
rain,
the ball.
summer, or fall.
Pretty
And hold
sure
that candle to this
Brett
favorite.
Favre is quarterback, but it could be different.
Season are
Could
you
go with a
talking
Mikey
about,
Thomas
Chuck?
quarterback
Ha!
build,
Football
but
season,
Mikey
of
Thomas
course.
is likely
Of course.
blocking.
As my
Gretchen is
co-host
pretty good on
Excelsior would
defense,
say,
pretty good on
let's go.
offense, just kind of a
Let's
well-rounded
start
player.
rocking.
Brett Favre is like a better version of Gretchen Hasselhoff, very well-rounded, good at defense. Then we have Favre, who's going to have Pete Wheeler and Steve Young, and Ricky, who are fast. We're ready for the kids to hit the gridiron. Um, Favre's going to set up his offense. He's going with Pete linebacker. We'll see what kind of playbook he has. It really, for defense, it depends on what plays you like to run and where you put them. Sometimes linebacker could be a very like blitz heavy offense position, or linebacker could be your spy or someone you put out in the zones. Um, who's kicking? Not sure, but on offense, let's see what he decides. If he's a quarterback, it looks like a Pete Wheeler quarterback offense, which is just the dual threat is just it's intense. It's a
Right.
very
We'll
quick
be starting it off.
quarterback. He can
Pete,
throw it pretty
waiting
fast.
for the kick.
No real loss to that, and you don't have to hand it off to him. He just gets the ball straight out the gate, so you don't have to deal with any designing a running play. Every play could be a running play. But as we see from the playbook, uh, a good mix of plays, options here. This play, Boot Daddy, it's a bit of an option. Either
The
you
Bills
hold it
will
or you
start it
pitch it
from the
out wide.
front.
Um,
Pitches it back.
the Monsters
See
have
if they like
a well takes it out of
Maybe
bounds.
get
That's
2 or
smart.
3
Don't want
yards
to fumble
aside
it.
just to keep them honest.
Of
Defense
course, that'll
was in
do.
I don't know what they could
Brings
call
up
that.
second down.
Defense, just custom play. I don't know. The one, the 1-2-1-1. I don't know. They line up the linebacker, the safety, and the D lineman, and then they got corners on the sides. Really showing Pete's speed here. This is dangerous. A very unfortunate fumble, and picked up by Brett, and Brett's going to take this into the end zone for a touchdown. Pete fumbling it early. Not very clutch of Pete. We talked very high praise of him, and I guess his one weakness here, the one thing you can do is make him fumble. So Gretchen forcing that fumble, I believe, and Brett picking it up and going in the end zone for a quick six. Turnovers are the name of the game in Backyard Sports Online. Pete, known bag fumbler, sadly. Yep, Pete will fumble. He also falls down when he catches the ball. So that's just another thing that happens. Jerry over the middle. If Jerry's going to be playing the running back position, it is going to be tough to guard him because in the defensive playmaking, you can't really man-to-man the um, running back unless you control it yourself. So you can't have the computer chasing him around. They'll opt most of the time to chase someone on the edge. Oh, kicking it to Pete. Pete's gonna take it out of bounds, scared of fumbling. You can't be scared of fumbling too much because then you can't do half of the plays,
We'll start
half
at
of the
their own
half the playbook of
25.
running the ball. Oh, Mikey's gonna have a hard time. He finds an open Steve Young who gets drilled by Jerry Rice, former teammate.
Second down. On
Welcome
the
back,
35
Armand
yard
Dodgers.
line. Tosses it
Two
back
players
to
out wide. They're gonna do that same split run there. I don't know how to really explain
That
that, but
defense has
a
no
sweep
opening
wide
in
where
my
you just
dad's
kind of
box. That was a
make
good
the
play
longest
by
toss
Jerry
possible
to
across
get
the
him out
field.
of bounds.
Or another
That makes
option is to
it
just keep it with
enough
Pete.
for the first. From the
Still the
43
first
yard
quarter,
line.
Monsters up 8-0 after that big
Fade
fumble.
back to pass.
No one's open here, so
Movement.
Pete's gonna take it. Ernie completely misses. That looked like a little bit of a lag issue, perhaps. But Pete's gonna run that one in easily.
Man, that defense has
Don't know
no
where Ernie was
opening
trying to
in
go
my
there.
dad's socks.
But that's Pete. He finds an angle. He'll make it to the end zone. No one can catch him in the whole game. So you gotta keep him in front of the defense. And of course tackle him so that he fumbles it. Looks like this is just a Pete to the outside. And Gretchen comes up huge once more, not even being controlled by P. Sanchez as it seems. Gretchen just the computer Gretchen just
Will be firing it
really
off.
making a
Jerry
play
to
there. A
receive it.
fumble force and stopping that 2-point conversion. Yes, Flies says go Ferb. We have Ferb fans. I think there's probably a huge contingent of Ferb fans out there.
Was the
The
first
Bills
touchdown.
travel well,
The
so
first
I'm sure
quarter
they have a
coming to
lot
a
of fans
close.
at this stadium. End of the first quarter, a very active first quarter. Finally seeing
The
defense here
Monsters will
for
start it
Ferb.
from the
Yeah, it looks like the quarters with the spy. Um, or not spy. Yeah, kind of. You could be a spy there, but mostly just covering those middle routes. And now we have Ernie catching a short one. Going to be tough to
second
stop
down.
Ernie with Sydney Weber. That's a mismatch, in my opinion. Or maybe that's Ashley. Who was it? Yes, Ashley Weber is going to have a hard time against Ernie Steele, I think. Otherwise, I think you can match up pretty well against Jerry Rice with Steve Young and Pete.
I got
Ooh,
that, kid.
threw that one away. I guess he
Bring
didn't
up
like that
third
play.
down.
3rd down and 6 for Steve Young. Or sorry, Brett Favre. This is Brett Favre. Brett Favre and the Little Monsters. In the beginning of the season, the 6 teams all drafted from the players across the bench, which is why you end up with some teams that are not exactly optimal. Oh, they're going to run it here. Very unexpected to see that. The quick
First
pitch
down.
working, shockingly, for a 3rd and 6 conversion. And now we are into the second quarter. 15 seconds. It's 1st and 20, and the Monsters are driving. They will definitely want to eat up some clock before scoring and then get that ball back after halftime so that they can get ahead
On the
2 scores, or for the
45 yard
potential to get ahead 2 scores. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. Maybe the Buffalo Bills, the Bills will get aggressive, but they don't. And wow, a
second
drop by
down.
Jerry. That is not common. I don't think I've ever really seen him drop the ball. Bounced right off his head. So unfortunate drop. Would have been a big gain.
Second
Would have
down
been a
and way
first
to
down
go.
for sure. Ferb is playing up with Pete. Kimmy is on the D line, who's breaking through pretty easily. Uh, Jerry gets some short yardage
It will
there.
be third
3rd and 14. Ferb's opting for chain link, which is pretty good against short yardage plays, but you can definitely get beat over the top. And we'll see what P. Sanchez chooses here. They are mulling it over. We got three wide, so not probably not ideal here for Ferb, but we'll see if he can go over the top. Going for Ernie, and it's intercepted by Ashley. Ashley making a big play here, giving enough time for the Bills to take the lead before half. 29 seconds is plenty of time. McManus says, what are we looking at for next season kickoff? We're not sure about next season kickoff, but I do know that there will be an update to this game soon with a couple of improvements to some graphic stuff that we have had issues with for a while. But we'll see everything that changes.
That kid slid to work
Um,
like a squirrel
Next
in a
kickoff will
peanut factory.
be, I don't know. We'll see. B-Ball is in charge of this. He's the commissioner. Just ran this league flawlessly, I might add. And now we're getting towards the end. There's really no fix for lag, Mike Madness. Unfortunately, maybe it'll make it look a little better, but we got that play again. He's going back to the well, another fumble. Brett picks it up. He's gonna get his second fumble recovery for a touchdown. Brett Favre is looking like a clear MVP, not from offense, but from his defensive plays picking that ball up. I don't know who forced that fumble. Not sure who that forced that one. Maybe one of the Webbers. Someone can tell me and clip that maybe. But man, Monsters are getting a lot of luck here. Ferb, unfortunate. If P. Sanchez wins it, Mike Manis is saying it's rigged. I don't know how we can rig it. But Jerry Rice just gets a nice deflection catch into the end zone. Still 13 seconds. That's enough time to score. You got about 3 plays.
It looks like Brett is going to take the
You
kick.
gotta get one
He's
chunk play
waiting for
and
the
then
kick.
throw to the end zone, I think. We'll see what he, maybe not. I forgot the kickoff takes so long. Well, back of the end zone though. With Pete, anything's possible, of course.
The Bills have it at the
And that's probably where they're gonna go here. Gonna run around.
flips it over
He's
to
running out of
the
time. There's only 2 seconds left. Can't quite outrun Gretchen, but great first half there for the Monsters. The Bills on some bad luck on the turnovers, so they're gonna hope that they can turn that tide around and get a turnover here quickly uh, at the start of the second. Is what they really desperately need. So maybe they can start blitzing to try and force something. But only but 2 costly turnovers. I think the Monsters did have a bad turnover. It was just an interception, but that was deep into the Bills' territory. So not fumble recoveries for touchdowns. Otherwise, Ferb hasn't given up any touchdowns on defense yet, so not a whole lot on that side of the ball. The Monsters take charge at their own 20.
The Monsters
Mike Manis is challenging Colby for 3rd place in the East. Brett back to pass, comfortable in the pocket, but
that brings up
Jerry gets tied up there quickly from Pete. Pete recovering from their shortstop position there on the defense. Their middle zone that they like to play. Pete's quick enough to get back on D on those long passes, especially to Jerry.
starting from the 20-yard line.
One receiver out wide. Intercepted by Steve. That was a big interception by Ferb.
It is another
You know, you
down.
really want to see maybe a quicker decision there from Brett Favre and P. Sanchez, kind of throwing it in the coverage and late. If
The
you're going to throw that
Bills
hook
will
pass,
start
you
in
gotta
good field
hook
position.
pattern, you gotta time it. Um, and we have, and that's a classic right there. That's just like the
He goes
back
behind
door. I
him
forgot what they
down the
call
sideline.
pass back. That's a pass back to the running back running the wheel. Yeah, you see that? It's a classic play. And backyard football online, that is a really good play. You just it's just hard to cover the run on one side and then also a pass back to the other side, which he's going to do that again. All four players on defense chasing Pete, but Steve can't pull it down. I would want, if it was me, I would want someone a little more reliable than Steve at running back for those types of plays.
Ricky will be starting it off.
Ferb's
Jerry,
cutting down on the
back
lead,
to
though.
receive. Lets it drop.
Now the Monsters will take over again. Two interceptions thrown. Not a lot on offense from them. They did convert their two-point conversions, but everything so far has come from Brett Favre fumble recoveries,
The
4 touchdowns.
Monsters will get
So let's
the
see if Brett
ball
can get
at
the
the
offense going
30.
now. It looks like Ferb has just a very strong defense set up that, oh geez, the ball's just floating through stuff.
No
And
word on
Jerry
Ricky. The
can't get
50, the
tackled. Pete's
40,
gonna try again.
the
He's gonna
30,
make it.
the 20.
Nope, he can't catch
There's
him.
the
Just Pete completely whiffing on that tackle. Really got Jerry in the end zone. Just, a lot of yards coming from the ground for Jerry Rice today. I don't know if he's got a single reception. It's crazy, crazy game. But 22-12, still time left for the Bills, but you really want to stop them on this 2-point conversion so you can kick the field goal to tie or win, um, and
Rattler, Rattler, 36.
not go
Hand him
down by
out.
2 touchdowns.
Rattler, Rattler, 21,
We're going to
21,
see Jerry come out of the
21.
backfield in the middle of the field, I think, and he's going to pass it to him. Oh, no, it didn't. He went out this time and threw it to the corner, and I think that's going to be incomplete. Too far to the corner, out of bounds on that catch. He was wide open. It was a good play design, but did not
It
execute.
looks like Brett is going to take the kick. Steve waiting for the kick.
Runs it out with Pete safely, smartly.
The Bills will start at their own 34.
Pete back to pass. He's going to just run to that
Option
stacked
play.
side of the field, and Ernie
To
can't
the
do
10,
anything.
the
Jerry
20,
can't
the
make a
30,
tackle.
the
Pete's
20,
making it to the
the
end zone.
10, and the
Ferb's not out of this,
15.
folks. The Bills are not out of this. Pete is bringing them back here.
Looks good to
Another
me.
long touchdown run. This is the most rushing yards I've ever seen between two teams. Personally, I've seen one team maybe run the ball a little bit and the other team pass, but I've never seen it just running the ball this much. Uh, both teams must lack tacklers, and I think that's sort of true. Um, their best tacklers are all slow, like Mikey and Kimmy,
The
um,
pitch to
and
Steve.
guys like Steve and
Huge
Pete
hole.
can't tackle at
Very
all very
good
well.
for 2
So
points.
gets a 2-point conversion, and now they are down only by 2. A field goal will win it. We are
Ricky will kick off.
nearing the
Jerry
end of the
to
third.
receive it.
We might reach the end of the third depending on this kick. That will probably reach out of bounds.
Lets it land.
Nope,
Brett.
it
The
lands. That's the end of the
30.
third. And Brett runs out of bounds, tackled by
That is it
Kenny.
for the
Kenny does
third
not play
quarter.
very much, does he? Does he play on defense? I always like Kenny on defense. Let's see where Ferb has him. But Ferb is in the
The
championship. Probably knows
Monsters
best.
will start at their own 22.
Gatormouth, 21,
Just a
21.
loaded trips on the right side.
I got this kid.
A delayed blitz, and Ashley with the
No word
interception. The That was the wildest defense I've ever seen. A delayed blitz from Pete, panics P. Sanchez, and they throw an interception on the crossing route to intended for Jerry Rice, but intercepted again by Ashley Weber, her second interception of the game,
The
adding to
Bills
that
will
turnover
kick the
total. And
ball at
now they've
the
got the ball, and I think I know what they're going to be
30.
doing. It's going to
Drop
be
back.
running the ball with Pete. Jerry's playing
Looks
deep,
like
and
a
they're going to throw it
mismatch.
across.
It is caught.
Gretchen's right there. Moves around, gets a yard out of that, but
That was a
does
good
eat up
play
some
by
clock. Maybe they got to start
Gretchen.
thinking about
Get
eating
him
up the
out of
clock and kicking
bounds.
a field
That
goal.
saved six.
Um,
That
we'll
brings up
see
second down.
if P. Sanchez wants to blitz.
Put, dog leg. Right. Put, dog leg.
Tosses it back
Going
to
back to the well
Steve.
on this one.
Sees daylight.
Steve gets out of bounds after
Defense.
a
Look
modest
confused on
gain
that
of
one.
10
Pushed out
yards.
of bounds. Third down.
Once you start seeing Pete run out that way, I think you gotta take Ernie Steele or someone and pull him out wide. Get quicker on that. Start understanding the formations and what plays are coming based on some of that.
The outcome of the game could
I
hinge on
don't
this
know if we've seen
play.
this play yet before,
To whale.
but it's loading up that side, and they have a
Puts it
wide
down.
open at the top of the screen there.
The monsters will take
Steve
over.
Young was standing all alone, and he throws it into coverage. Gretchen Hasselhoff with the interception. So many turnovers this game, so many
The
offensive mistakes.
monsters have
The
it at
Monsters have 38
the
seconds. They don't have much room behind them to stall, so they're going to want to get a first down here at the very least. They're going for the blitz with Pete. This is could be. Oh, gets rid of it. Jerry gets the reception and the first down. That is
Right. Ushered out of
super
bounds.
helpful.
It is
They
a
got out of the
second
safety,
down.
scary safety zone, and scary Jerry gets the first down. They need to just drive a little bit longer here
On the
to secure the
monsters'
victory.
30-yard line.
They're going to blitz again. Ferb's blitzing again, I think, with Pete. Oh, they're pulling back. Pulling back here. Brett's just surveying the field and tossing it long to Ernie,
Here's a
who's
nice
finally
check down the
getting some action this
sideline.
game. And Ashley comes in
The
with the
numbers.
tackle. At this point, 23 seconds left. Not a ton of options here from the Monsters, but the two blitzes, Brett Favre has just torn them apart on the blitzes, finding the open player instantly. Now we have a three-man front. He's probably going to be even more aggressive, trying to force an error, maybe get Brett to accidentally throw the ball backwards, which happens sometimes, but looks like he's running backwards and just chucking it up to Jerry, who catches it. That's a valid strategy. If you have Jerry Rice, just throw it to him, and more times than not, he will come down with it, and he does manage to make it in the end zone for the touchdown. The Monsters are up by 8, and they're probably going to kick the extra point, you'd imagine. We'll see what they decide, though, because extra points are not certain in this game. I think they're a little bit easier than 2-point conversions, but not by much. That's why we see 2-point conversions so commonly. They're going for it. These guys are crazy. This is a big play. Ferb getting RNG'd. Yep. Oh, there you go. Jerry couldn't quite get to that ball, and now 18 seconds left is just enough time here.
Will kick off. Steve to receive it.
We're gonna need a Ferb miracle. Ferb's getting RNG'd, says Glubin28, and I can't disagree after those two fumble recoveries for touchdowns. But Ferb has thrown an interception of their own, so not a flawless game offensively. He's picking through the playbook, just looking deep into that 12 play playbook. What can they
The
do
Bills have
to
it
get a
at the
touchdown? Jerry's
35.
playing deep safety, which is a good, smart move. Here we go. He's
Throw
going to
it
have
to
to
the
throw a little
flat.
short to
Complete.
Steve.
Pumps
Steve with
it
the
for about
juke,
50
but Jerry
yards.
makes the tackle.
Brings up
I
second
can't believe it.
down.
That looked like a really solid juke from Ferb. But 4 seconds left. In my mind, you take Pete, you run around circles until you get into the end zone. That would be my go-to, but we'll see what Ferb ends up doing here.
Dog leg.
Jerry's gonna be playing deep again. Oh, he's playing in the middle of the field, and that's what he's doing. He's just getting ready for a big Pete Wheeler loop-de-loop and score. He can't see in front of him too well. Uh-oh. It's Ernie Steele's getting him. Oh, very unfortunate. Pete gets tackled. Let's take a look at those stats. Total yards, 267 for the Bills, 176 rushing yards, 233 for the Monsters. Most of their points, well, not most, but half their points coming from fumble recoveries for touchdowns. Their passing yards, 135, rushing yards, 98. A little bit more balance of an attack. I think they got a lot of yards there, passing yards there at the end of the game to seal it. But that was a close one. Ferb and P. Sanchez. P. Sanchez taking the BFOL, Backyard Football Online League East Championship, just on the tail of winning the Super Duper League Championship. Many are saying it's rigged. I'm not saying that. That was a great game, great matchup. Ferb, thank you so much for streaming, letting me commentate this one. This was a great one. Thanks everyone for showing out. If you want to join in for next season, just jump into the Discord and put your name on that waiting list. We've also got baseball season 5 coming up. You can join that as well. Lots of amazing stuff coming down the pipeline. Benji, Jeffy, thank you for showing up. And Mike Manis says he'll have the title next season. We'll see about that, Mike. Good match, everyone. I'll see you all next time.